What would you do if society collapsed? What did your ancestors do in times of crisis? Hi, I'm John from Cozy Thorns, and today we're bringing real-world history to your favorite horror game, so let's get started. Such a pretty opening shot. Real life, or normal life, really is normal until it isn't. Actually, we just got back from our trip. Aren't you tired of staying at home? Yeah, I remember. I love that setup, by the way. We went to the beach. It was too hot yesterday, so we took off earlier. So I thought that person was asleep, but is that a dead body? Kitty! Yeah, you can already feel the sense that something's ominous. Yeah, we're getting her ready for school. She doesn't want to go, but what can you do, right? Yeah. Always got to prepare for normal life like it's going to be normal. Though that's not normal. So kids got to get ready for school. You got to plan the weekly shopping trip. I mean, we all just went through this with COVID. I'm sure most of us remember what it was like to make normal plans until it wasn't normal. But historically speaking, beyond our time periods, there was points like the 1918 pandemic where people are like, okay, we're going to school, we're setting up these public school systems, let's go. And all of a sudden, there was no school, and there wasn't school for another 3 months. So yeah, real life has a tendency to be normal until it isn't. And I kind of like that setup originally for this game. And before we get fully into it and I go talk to our neighbor here, I did play 1 or 2 days in the demo before this full game came out, and I thought this would be a perfect game for the channel. I played it back before I was even thinking about a YouTube channel. And my fiance, who has played this whole game, has given me one hint. Humans are trash bags. And I have no idea what that means, but it was a single hint I got. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi neighbor, long time no see, how's life? Same as it ever was, or fine? I like these, they're both great. I love the responses in this game feel very human, surprisingly. So let me level with you, I came over for a reason. I've been getting a little worried about you. Something real bad is heading our way. This is perfect. I mean, I was just talking about the 1918 flu. The rumor mill always starts up before the actual pandemic. There was rumors of a flu going around the trenches, especially the Austrian ones, as far back as 1916. And it was just kind of trickling out, people getting sick, people dying, people getting sick. Unit cohesion falling apart, effectiveness falling apart, but, information was tightly controlled because it was an entire world war, so people didn't know, and there were very few countries reporting on it freely, but so the rumor mill just went nuts for a couple years until the pandemic finally just blew up and went global. So it seems like something bad is heading our way. I just got off my phone with my cousin. She told me the news was saying something weird is going on with the sun. Also said people are coming up from underground. They're called visitors for whatever reason. Creepy stuff, huh? I hope it's not true. So what's going on with the sun? Either it's going to explode or something's going to explode on it. Not totally sure. Yes, this is the rumor mill. This is a perfect example of how rumors work and how that is passing on real, genuine information, but no one quite understands it. I'm sure no one really understood the flu in the trenches in 1916 and 17, but they sure understood it by 1918, 1919. All I know is something's wrong with it. I'm sure you noticed this summer's been the hottest one ever, right? I think we need to prepare ourselves for the worst. My cousin told me being at home alone is dangerous. So I came over to make sure you wouldn't end up hurt. Or worse. I can look after myself. How are your daughter? I like this one. This feels like the most responsible. How are your wife and daughter holding up? Don't worry about my family. A good friend of mine is staying with us right now. He's looking after them while I'm here. Great. Let us continue this conversation in the morning then. I'll see you in the kitchen when you wake up. See you in the morning. No one else is coming tonight. Oh, yeah, so our character has a loved one we keep by the phone. Your neighbor's house stands alone in a hayfield. There's no lights in the window. It looks like his family's already asleep. I don't know, we could look out this window. Can we look out this window? A skinny dog is standing on the footpath that runs through the field. Aw, puppy. It's looking around mournfully, perhaps trying to find some food. Poor puppy. Can I see a window back here? Yeah! Wow. Oh good, a few drunkards lay sprawled out on the street. Lying on the cold, hard ground, they appear to be fast asleep. Things are good for them right now. I don't know if sleeping on the cold, hard ground is good for them. What was that? I just saw something on the... like a fleck of light. Yeah, they're all around. I guess dust particles, maybe? Looks pretty, though. Anyways, let's go to bed. 31st of Rumor Alia. See, Rumor Network. That's perfect. The game even knows what it's doing. I love that. Okay, let's go to bed. Okay, so it's a point and click. I thought I remembered that. Breaking news! I feel like that should be the tone we're taking here. At 6:28 a.m., there was a powerful energy emission from the sun. The burst of energy is far larger than scientists had predicted. As a result, temperatures outside have reached critical levels. The government has since declared a state of emergency. We ask that viewers refrain from going outside during the day. Up next, something lighter. I wonder what that something lighter is. Alright, let's watch some TV since they said there was something lighter on. Try to distract ourselves from all the news. You see ballerinas dancing gracefully across the stage in strong but delicate leaps. Oh my god! So, I'm pretty sure the game creators know this, and this is a direct reference to. So back in the Soviet Union, and I'm talking late Soviet Union, 1980s and early 1990s, right at the very end, they would put on Swan Lake whenever a leader died, and most famously on the coup against Gorbachev, I want to say 1990, 1991, like at the end of the Soviet Union. They put on Swan Lake because there was a coup in the streets and the military is trying to seize power to wrench back control from all the forces that were trying to do glasnost and perestroika, which is the opening up of the Soviet Union, political freedoms, allowing more economic trade and economic activity that wasn't directly controlled by the government. And the communist hardliners didn't like that. So they threw on Black Swan on all the TVs and tried to overthrow the government. So, it became they did this throughout the 80s. That was the famous one at the end in 1990, 1981. But they did it in 82, 85, and I want to say 87, with the deaths of various leaders and high-level political figures, because there's always infighting and jockeying for power then. So they would use this as a tool of distraction. So throughout the former Soviet Union, Swan Lake is seen as a very political, ironic play because of that. And it's used as a tool of distraction, but everyone knew it meant political instability. To the point where, and this is getting into modern times, after the Russian invasion of Ukraine, you would actually see graffiti of ballerinas dancing the poses of Swan Lake, spray painted on walls throughout Russia as a form of protest to remind people that this is not normal. And I just love that there's a nod to that in this game. Despite the elegance of the dance, it evokes anxious thoughts. Yep. The game director, whoever made this game, knows exactly what they're doing. Big fan. If only someone would just explain what's going on. Right? Like, this is why news is important. Like, people will panic less, there'll be less rumors, and you'll be more in control of situations, even if you just give people 10% of the information of what's going on. They can better psychologically prepare themselves. Ooh, we got a radio. Hello? Hello, this is the emergency services dispatch. How can I help you? People, they're burning. Can you describe what you're seeing? Is there a fire? No, it's the sun. They're burning. They're burning up in the sun. Oh. Oh no. How's my house? Do not leave the house until dark. No, that guy haunts the streets at night. It's the pale one. He's not human. Ooh, that's creepy. I never saw this broadcast before. See? And now, this is exactly what I was talking about. We got a little bit of information through the radio. And now I'm a little better prepared to see what'll be going on. It's day one. Beer day. I love that. Okay, so we have a room. Doesn't look like I can click on anything. My friend said he'd be in the kitchen, so let's try to find that. Kitchen. Hey, friendy! Damn, so it's true after all. Well then, everything I said makes sense. Don't go outside during the day, and you have to remember you have to let other people in. Let people in? Why would I do that? I get that. I know you might not be crazy about having company in, but you have to let them in. My cousin doesn't know why for sure, but we can't just bunker down by ourselves. She mentions that if anyone comes and asks if you're alone, say no and tell them that someone's in the house with you. Why would I need other people with me? People let you inside might bring something useful or share interesting information. Don't just forget them to test for signs for being a resident. You don't have much energy during the day with the heat, so choose who you want to test carefully. You'll have to take a real close look. It's strenuous and draining work. Don't worry, people won't be Don't worry about chatting up people. That won't take any energy. So talk as much as you like. Be sure to look out your windows. And TV is great and all, but there's no better source for info than your own two eyes and ears. So what do we need to... Then what? What do we need to do? I like the then what. Alright, all we can do now is try to survive. On a personal level, this is bringing back memories of the pandemic. I'm disabled, so I was a particularly vulnerable group during that. So I really didn't leave my apartment for 2 years, except to get groceries and maybe go to a park every now and again. But I really just didn't want to be around people, and this is bringing back memories of that hard, I gotta say. Kind of cool that a video game, just a little point and click thing, can evoke such things like that. And hope this nightmare ends soon. I'm sure the government will try to help us somehow. Maybe they'll lead everyone to a shelter or something like that. If they do, stick with me and my family. Alright, that's it for me. Alright, I almost forgot. I'm heading back home to my house tomorrow night. I'll write down my number. They just set up a line over there. 636-020. We'll keep in touch on the phone. That's it, really. Crack a beer and get some sleep. So we gotta peek outside at night. I have a storage box. Oh, I can click on this. He said back then, when I'm gone, you decide what you want to do and open that box or not. It's been 15 years and I still can't make up my mind. So our character is haunted by something. No one will be out on the streets this time of day. Okay, yeah, you're just gonna go blind. Okay, so we have our neighbor's number. Funny enough, we don't get a name for our neighbor. What's that? Window to another room. People used to do that to save electricity, so the light from one room spills to another. They sealed it up, but only on one side. So that's a window into a cabinet. That's kind of neat. Kind of efficient. I wonder if we're in a former Soviet country. Loneliness and isolation. Aww. Oh man, funny I brought up COVID, but that is really how I'm feeling with this game, which is interesting and all. Alright, let's crack open that beer and head to bed. Is that a cockroach? I swear I just saw a cockroach. Oh, yep. Little buddy's just sitting there. World's gone to crap, but at least with cold beer still hits right. Oh man, I wonder how the power grid would be handling under such intense heat that people are burning up in the streets. That's a really cool animation. They don't have much animation in this game, but what they do have is, that was really cool looking. Alright, so we can't watch more TV. I guess we'll just head to bed and see what tonight brings us. Really curious how this first night goes. Can we look outside? Nope, they don't look outside that way. I love the color scheme. Alright, neighbor's house. Looks like he's currently visiting and his family's up and waiting for him to come back home. Teenagers, what are they doing? You guys should get inside. They're sitting without a care in the world, chatting about something. They pay you absolutely no mind. Oh, I thought I saw something in the wall. There is a deathly silence outside. There's no one there. Even the drunks have decided to not go out. Are they afraid of something? Oh, the drunks from the night before aren't even there. They're right. Love this light switch. Alright, who's ever knocking? Hi! Is my daddy here? Oh, this must be our friend's house. Can you get him for me? I was okay before, but I'm really scared. There's lots of strange people out here tonight. What's your dad's name? You forgot his name? Oh, wait. You're just testing to see if I'm a visitor or not. You're smart. I'll start asking questions to test people too. How do you get here in one piece? I don't know. Everything feels like opposite day. People stay home at home and sleep during the day, and then go out and do stuff at night. Still scared of the dark, but maybe there's nothing to be afraid of. I wish, kid. Or is there? I'll get your dad for you. Good luck. Thanks, you too. I want to go home, but it's scary out here. We're gonna play a new game my daddy made up for me. You have to roll dice, and then you move stuff like the armchair or the couch, and we have to build a big pile near the door to win. I'll show you how to play another time. Bye! That is actually a pretty common survival tactic I've heard of in like World War II. People made during the Blitz. People made it a game of, okay, see who can get into the deepest hole in the basement kind of thing for Oh, we got our first person in. Which leads to another question we're going to have to make up. How do we get people how do we choose to come in? Because, I mean, I'm pretty empathetic, so if I see anybody with like an obvious disability, I think I'll let them in, but because yeah, it'd be really hard to survive any kind of apocalyptic scenarios as a disabled person. I remember just being deathly afraid during COVID, and I got lucky. I had a safe place to go. I had a place where I could bunker down in relative isolation. But I know not everyone had that luxury. Like all these people looking for shelter. They need shelter. And who am I to turn them away? I was taking shelter at the bar down the road, but they kicked me out just like that. Why? I guess I found my personality particularly palatable, but I don't mean anyone any harm. Don't worry. Life is shitty sometimes, you know? What can you say, my good man? I wish I could see his face, but, let's see. You're not a visitor, are you? You sure you won't make any trouble? What do you consider trouble? That's never a good answer. Murder and violence disgust me to my core, but I won't suffer the trespasses of others either. I like food and drink and enjoy a chat when I'm in the mood. Does that sound like trouble-free to you? Why do you think it'll be any different here? What else do I do anyways? Just stand outside and wait for the sun to take my skin? No, I think I'd prefer to avoid that. As long as I'm alive, I'll look for someone to talk to. If there isn't that here, maybe I'll get lucky somewhere else. If I have an ounce of luck left in this life, maybe I might bunker down with someone who's not a complete jerk. You know what? Come in. Thank you. Trust in people doesn't amount to a hill and beans these days. But I appreciate your trust in me. Perhaps I shouldn't promise anything. Hey! That guy looks like my shoulders before I took a bunch of physical therapy. I used to lean quite a bit this way. Cerebral palsy's fun for anyone who wants to ask questions about it. But yeah, I think I already take a shine to this guy, so I think I'm gonna let him into it. I'm just gonna let everybody into it. No, probably not, but they're already presenting some sympathetic stories, and I like that. Sorry to bother you so late. I was just so hot today, and the TV said we shouldn't go out in the sun, so can I maybe find some space for me? Who are you? I lived out near the city. The asphalt over there is heating up pretty bad, as you can imagine. Oh yeah, we're surrounded by dirt and woodlands. That would actually really help. Actually worked the register at the local store at one point. I mean, I don't anymore, but I used to. They fired me. I've always had a bit of bad luck with work. But it's hard to keep down a job when you're physically disabled. What do you think will happen? I don't know. Will I survive? Who will help me? How much time do I have to look for help? See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Like, I don't know. I wish there's more documentation about this, but like, disabled people don't make the historical record very often. But these are the questions. These are literally the exact same questions I had in my mind for how would I, as somebody who's mobility challenged, survive in a situation like this. I can't, like, even during the nighttime, I couldn't go 5 miles. I could barely go 1 mile. If nobody in that 1 mile radius is willing to help for me, what am I going to do? Look for a covered storm drain and hope for the best? And who would take me in? How much time would there be? You don't know. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, I couldn't even guess. Doesn't that all scare you? It terrifies me. It's a great facial expression. Come in. Thank you. Haha. Thanks so much. Seriously. I get to live a little longer, thank God. Hello? Heat doesn't bother me. I'm just trying to look for a quiet place to rest. That's a suspicious sentence. Might I find some peace in your home? Oh, they have a stutter. How long have you been looking? Who are you? Doesn't matter anymore. You wonder if I'm a visitor? I'm not, but I do have a request. I'll ask later, but I can't trust you yet. The heat doesn't bother you? Okay, so our character is pretty smart. I'm always cold. Others burn in the sun. I wrap myself in layers to keep from the verge of freezing. I'm afraid to take any layers off. What if it gets worse and there's no death to ease the suffering? This is the first reason, like, I actually feel torn here. Because they have a stutter, and several of my best friends growing up did, and I have a massive, like, soft spot, and just want to help them out, but I don't trust them if they're cold in a situation where we literally, as we heard on the radio, people are literally burning. Their skin's literally burning and they are catching on fire, more or less, just from being in the sun. This is an oddball. This is something to not trust. Oh, I feel bad, but you should probably leave. I understand. I'm gonna feel bad turning away a lot of people, aren't I? I see your hands are stained with... I can see your hands are stained with gunpowder. Could you shoot me? Right, I'm sure you don't want to waste the bullets. Goodbye. Oh no, I feel guilty. Oh man, that was a sad ending. I feel like I should have let them in. Still nothing? Nope. Kids are still there. I wonder if we could call our neighbor. I don't actually use the phone in this game. No, that's just a daytime thing. So we can't check during the day. Our neighbor's back home with their family. Alright, looks like that's it for the night. I guess we'll go to bed and see what the afternoon brings us. Oh, yeah, it is the afternoon. Good afternoon. Here's the news. Sun's activity rises steadily as crime rates also reach a new high. According to recent data, the number of murders over the last few nights has surpassed more than average figures. Experts suspect this is related to society's ever-growing fear surrounding the visitors. And now over to just a moment. Our studio just received an urgent transmission regarding contact with a phenomenon we calling the visitors. Eyewitnesses' accounts describe them as creatures who can imitate human appearance and behaviors of humans. Avoid contact with them at all costs. In one case, a visitor was able to be identified with one telltale sign: perfect white teeth. Earlier reports seem to back this up. They say an encounter with an unhoused person with perfect white teeth who later turned out to be a visitor. That's all for now. Stay calm and don't leave the house during the day. Up next, more weather updates. But first, a message from our sponsors. Let's see who their sponsors are. Oh, groceries. For Rest. Buying groceries used to be trudging down to the store, but For Rest, everything you need can be brought to you just by picking up the phone. Oh cool, we got a phone number for groceries. I should call them, immediately and get some food, because we all saw that fridge. And the groceries will be there within one day. For Rest, delicious relaxation right at home. Well, let's talk to everybody. Oh, that's the really tall guy we let in. Yes, was there something you wanted? So why did they throw you out of that bar? I blame the chain of catastrophes that broke everyone's minds. The sun teetering on the brink of explosion, the arrival of the visitors, the economic crisis, that's the first we're hearing of that, and so on and so forth. But I mean, that makes sense. If it's the hottest summer on record, business activity would probably be slowing. It screwed us all up. Some crumbled under stress, some drove headfirst into the bottle. For me, well, it was rage that drove me mad. I snapped, climbed onto the bar, and screamed, "Stop blaming everything but yourselves. Let them weep, I say. Tears in the beer foam don't ruin the pint. Malt and hops taste better with salt anyways. Nobody appreciates it, so why bother? Yes, is there something else you wanted? I want to test you. What do you want to check? Your teeth, sir. You want me to show you my teeth? Okay. Take a look. Take in the odor of sadness and smoke. Okay, yeah, he's definitely not got perfect white teeth. Yep, stained from all the smoke, so definitely not human. Or definitely is human, rather. Piss off with your tests, I'm not a visitor. Thank you. Well, at least I can double check. I'm on day 1, so I can check everybody here. Who's the guy I brought in? He's not... Oh, he's in the closet. Oh, poor guy. I hope this all ends soon. How did you lose your house? I remember it like it was yesterday. I had just gotten fired. All I wanted to do was go home and climb into bed and cry my eyes out. But when I got there, I saw a bunch of boots. I thought that my roommate had some friends over, you know? So I went up to her room to find out what she was up to. But the closer I got, I started hearing strange noises. It kind of freaked me out. So I decided to peek in quiet-like and see what was going on in there. I was only kept a brief glimpse of my roommate lying motionless on the bed when suddenly some grubby guy grabbed me from behind and said, "You can't go in there. She's not well. Come have a seat in the kitchen." Then he quickly pulled me away and sat me down at the table. I wanted to leave, but I was paralyzed by fear. Then I need to lie down. My stomach is doing somersaults. Oh, I'm sorry. Something bad happened to them. Let's see, teeth. Wait, you want to make a decision based on my teeth? Okay, I just had my teeth fixed, though, if I'm honest. I can't really remember being at the dentist. Was I ever even there? Oh, I'm so nervous. I can't even remember if I ate yesterday. They seem like... Ooh, that is perfect white teeth. Ooh. Ooh. I'm not sure. Leave her alone. I'll require further testing. Well, let's call the store and get some food, because I noticed our kitchen's a little empty. I like that you have to physically dial. Hello, you reached 4 Rest Food Delivery. Would you like to place an order? Yes. Energy drink or 1 can of coffee? 1 can of coffee, please. Your order has been accepted. Please accept your delivery tomorrow night. Neighbor, let's see how our neighbor's doing. Like, it's important in crisis to always maintain supplies and contact with your neighbors, so we're going to go ahead and do that. It's what's kept people alive for generations. Hey neighbor, good to hear from you. So have you let a couple people in yet? If not, you should really start thinking about it. Got any questions? How many signs does it take to tell if someone's a visitor? If I only knew. Nobody really knows how many signs it takes to be sure. It's probably best to not jump to conclusions though. Maybe they just went to the dentist before everything went to hell. Man, it's like the people who got a haircut like 2 seconds before everything closed in March 2020. Lucky. I remember needing a haircut right before the pandemic started. And I didn't get... I got home haircuts like everyone else. I didn't get a professional haircut for like another 18 months. Got any questions? Alright, let's see. How do you sort out the issues with food? Thank you, that's exactly what I was thinking. Luckily I stocked up ahead of time, if I remember right. You did too. But you might want something special if there's a food delivery place called Forest. I don't know their number, but you'll catch TV ads for it. Oh, or radio ads. We should check out the radio. I never did that. Are you taking people in too? Yeah, have to. My daughter really doesn't like it, but what can I do? There's no other way. She keeps begging me to take her outside and just away from all the strangers in the house. But daytime's that's an option, so we go for walks at night. Dangerous, I know, but what else can you do? Yeah, I gotta stay sane. I remember people doing a lot of evening walks and stuff during COVID just to get outside. But we didn't have zombies or visitors or whatever we're calling this out there. We just had a virus. Bye! Take care. Oh, our neighbor's so sweet. Let's listen to the radio. I almost forgot about it. And now for our new program. Yes, I'm human. It's simple. You send in your photos and we'll check what they really are. So everyone's nervous. Just send in your photos to us by email at yesimhumanverification8.agency and we'll handle the rest. Okay, so we're at a technological point where they have emails and stuff. But please don't say anything other than eyes, teeth, and fingernails. Okay, so that's something else we can check is eyes, teeth, and fingernails. We will not accept anything else. Alright. So I think for safety's sake, we can let in like 1, maybe 2 people tonight. I still need to test the other person. Good afternoon. Oh, hey, we can check the weather. Here's the weather forecast. I love that drawing. A warm front is pushing into our region, bringing a heat that will likely break all previous records. Meteorologists tell us to expect even higher temperatures over the coming week. With the sun's increased activity, we can also expect much stronger ultraviolet radiation. For your safety, please abstain from any kind of sunbathing, as high temperatures significantly increase the risk of sunstroke. It's not known at this stage whether being in the sun alone can negatively affect our health, but to prevent third-degree burns, please refrain from venturing outside. Fortunately, sunscreen of all factors will no longer protect you. That is the latest for now. So we need like special thermal clothes and stuff. Alright, let's go to bed. Let's see, who's here? Oh, our coffee. Thanks for the delivery. Didn't think the deliveries were still running. You know, I didn't expect people to skip stocking up before the end of the world. Apocalypse or not, I guess folks gotta eat lunch. Deliveries might pay pretty well right now, but the risk is huge no matter how you slice it. It's damn sun. They've moved us all to night shifts because of it. Now people order 20 liters of water at a time. I wish we got hazard pay or tips for lugging the heavy stuff around. Anyway, sorry, got sidetracked. Ready to accept delivery? Yeah. What's out? One coffee. Have a good day. I mean night. Still not used to that. That would be a difference. Oh, they're banging already. I want to check the windows. Oh no. Man, it's pale. Pale as death is standing on the foot. There are strange folds to his skin. It's as though the flesh is the wrong size for his body. You can see his eye. You can't see his eyes from here, but you can feel his gaze boring into you. Suddenly, you feel a deep sense of dread and fear and pray none of these terrifying visitors visit you and pass by your house. That was crazy. Let's see. Oh no, the teenagers lay dead on the ground. Someone's killed them. It appears they haven't recently, and the blood hasn't even dried. Poor kids. That's why you shouldn't go out. Aww, our neighbor and his daughter playing through the window. Being happy, if only for a moment. Yeah, that delivery reminded me. So this is a thing that people started doing. Like, people didn't have germ theory back then, but people would figure out being near people would get you sick. So like during the Black Death in England, people would have to trade for supplies because obviously you didn't have refrigeration, you needed food. So people would be like, okay. And there was actually special stones set up in fields where you would deposit your money in the stone, go like 100 meters back across the field, and then watch this person takes the money, delivers your food, they go 100 meters back, and then you accept delivery, and then you walk up the 100 meters. And that's how deliveries are done. That's how they figured out no contact deliveries in like the 1400s. That's what people will always find a way through these things, and that delivery just reminded me of that. Hey kid, how are things holding up around your neck of the woods? I'm around here. Never been one to stay in one spot too long. If I can't roam around one more, age will do that to you, son. What are you hoping to find here? Here in town, I just need a place to rest my bones, kid. Ever since this business with the sun, they've been crawling out of the holes more than ever. Tell you, son, they're up to something. They need to be put down. You want to hunt the visitors? Where's your weapon then? I had a rifle and damn near got me killed. They waited till I passed out, snatched it while I was sleeping. I hightailed it out of there. You bet your ass they fired varmint idea of fun. Nothing human about it except the skin they wear, kid. I like you. You're too gruff and angry to be a... You know what? I get ya. I'd be a weary traveler who'd probably look tired and with my beard probably pretty haggard too. Come on in. Knew you weren't soft. You got some backbone, do you, son? You got some backbone, son. We'll wipe them out. Won't let no varmint within a mile of this place. Wonder with the coffee if I can test more people. There. Much better. Oh, howdy. My lovely wife and I are looking for a safe place to weather the storm. Do you mind if we crashed here for a bit? Only if it's no trouble, of course. Does my house look like a safe place to get? What if you're trouble? I guess we can go look for somewhere else. Well, the lady's exhausted there. She needs a little rest. Can we stay for a little while? It's not too much to ask. Can your wife seek for herself? Of course you can. Well, honey, will you say something? She's just really tired. Maybe we can all talk together another day if we ever meet again, of course. Right, darling? Oh, forgive me. I shouldn't be pushing you like this. I mean, I get being tired and not wanting to talk, but it's an emergency situation. You really should. I hate this. I think you should leave. Please, Sean, forgive my insistence, but try to put yourself in my shoes. My wife is very weak these days. She tires quickly, and I'd do anything for her, you understand? I love her dearly. I'd give you the shirt off my back if I can buy her safely. Speaking of that, we got something that's not my shirt, but how about cat food? If I'm willing to give you everything I have left, it means my darling can get a moment's rest. What do you say? Will you help us? I mean, I'll take it because I'm a huge lover of cats, and you guys can come in because I love kitties, and if any kitties wander up, I want them to come in and be safe. And they're not visitors. Cats aren't visitors. Fine, come on in. Okay, yeah, accepting bribes. Totally willing to accept a bribe in this situation. Didn't realize that was in my ethics card for today, but hey, we all gotta make it through, and who knows? We might be eating the cat food before too long. She's just feeling a bit shy. That's alright, sweetie. We'll get you rested up soon and back to your normal self. Accept a bribe. Nice. Oh man. Enough. Stop fidgeting and stand still. Oh man, now I have to take... I have a kid. I doubt there's visitors' kids. Can you please help us? What happened? I'm exhausted and I just want a place to sleep. I had 5 kids. Now this is the only one left. My husband disappeared too. I don't know if he's dead or abandoned us, but I just want to lie down and pass out for a few days. Where'd your other kids go? I don't know. Maybe their father took them. I want to go to his house, but I just don't have the strength anymore. Sure, we fought a lot, but it's hard when you live with someone who acts like a complete jerk. Oh man. Forget him. Look, the most important thing now is finding my kids. Alright. Fine. I can't turn away a kid. Finally, a moment's rest. Come on. Good, move on. Pick your spot. We'll be out of here by tomorrow, I promise. Did I just let in everybody tonight? I mean, I guess with that standing outside, I couldn't help myself. But it looks like we'll be calling for coffee every night. Man, yeah, apparently I'm a softie. I just let in everyone. I think there's only one person I've turned away so far. It's hard. I I would want help, and I'm sure most of us would see. If I was outside in an emergency, I would need help to survive, and it's hard for me to admit that I would try to turn people away in similar circumstances. I'm an old man who's been trying to fight these things, failing. A husband-wife team, which, I'm partial to, because I mentioned my fiance, and she takes great care of me, even if I'm not physically up to my best. And the mother of the kid, and I don't think there's any kid visitors. But who knows? I might be wrong. Maybe we'll get a broadcast 8 days from now being like, beware the child visitors, and it'll be like, oh no. Anyways, I think it's time for bed. And we'll see what's going on in the morning. Also, I don't have the energy to test everybody. Decision time. Good afternoon. Here's the news. The anomalous heat's continuing to rise, and the invasion of the visitors is showing no signs of slowing. As such, the government has founded a new organization to address the emergency situation. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, abbreviated FEMA. Yeah, this is true. So I'm an Ohioan, and we're kind of famous for one of our rivers repeatedly catching on fire during the 20th century, and that actually founded the Environmental Protection Agency under Nixon. It was an emergency. Fires were constantly, the environment was getting pretty wrecked up through just rampant runoff and rampant industrial waste. So the government formed a new agency to deal with that emergency, clean things up. And that river is the Cuyahoga, and you guys can Google it if you want. But you can now, especially I lived away from Cleveland on that river, and there were actually fish in it by the time I went to college. And you could do rafting on it, and it was safe enough for recreation. And that's an amazing turnaround for a river that caught on fire 8 times in the 20th century. So, this is a good example of a situation the government's not currently equipped, so it creates the tools that are able to deal with it. FEMA employees can be identified by their yellow hazmat suits and gas masks. Merely days since their founding, the agency has discovered a new way to identify visitors: dirt under their fingernails. Science specialists say the sign helps identify visitors who crawled out from the underground. Ha, I love that graphic. That's all for now. Stay calm and don't leave your house during the day. Up next, a crisis report regarding the Pale Maniac. But first, some ads. Turmoil, terror, and suffering, all because of the visitors. But in our hour and age, just as our cries were being left unanswered, FEMA has come to our aid. Alright, this is a pretty over-the-top 1980s style ad. I love it. These brave heroes from the Federal Emergency Management Agency are protecting us from the visitor invasion. So far, the agency has identified 27,000 dangerous anomalies. Remember, you can help the agency by informing them about suspicious activity around them. Just hand suspects a notice left to have FEMA visit them. However, if you ever start to wonder whether you might be a visitor, call our tip line 000-451. That's great. Help us help you. Support FEMA and join the fight against the visitors. I love it. Kind of reminds me of World War II propaganda. Ooh. Reports say a pale maniac has appeared on the streets of the city. various testimonies, people have learned that all of his victims have one thing in common. They were alone. Additionally, the maniac likes to talk to the victim before committing their vicious murder. Police have assembled a sketch of the killer based on eyewitness accounts. Suspect is a very pale, middle-aged man with black hair. He is of slender build and wears a single pair of pants. Further reports have added that he sometimes wears the skin of a different person. This information has not been confirmed. If you see this man, do not open your door. Do not tell him that you are alone. That's all for now. That was cool. You're just here by yourself. Yes, is there something you wanted? Things any better here? I don't bother anyone anymore. It's not worth it. But it's nice to hear voices on the TV or over your conversations. Your light flicks on inside my mind. Then I stop myself. It's too much work for no gratification. I'm done. These nerves of mine are already shut the hell back. Life was dreary before all this. And now? One day I'll hang from the chandelier of this whole baptized world. Buddy, it'll be okay. I'll get through this. Oh, if there's people in there, they show the doors being cocked open. Okay. People. It's stuffy in here. You okay? How's the kid? Oh, he's tired, just like me. He's shy around new people too, so he's a bit extra clingy. Kids struggle to handle stuff like this. They may not complain, but you can see it written on their faces. Sometimes I feel like it's my fault for dragging them all into this, but it's too late to change any of that now. I don't know who I'm going to test, so I'm going to talk to everybody. See who feels the oddest. Does my coffee end up in here? I don't drink hot coffee anymore. Probably no one does. Okay, so I just got a single can of coffee. Alright, so we'll probably use that when we have no energy. Okay, what's this dude talking about? Stay sharp. Any one of us could be a visitor. You're a hunter, right? More of a ranger, kid. I lived that way in the wilds. No TV, just radio. That's how I found out what was going on. Decided I wouldn't let no one cross my threshold. No siree, my home's my fortress. What if one was a visitor? Sweet talks me and then slits my throat while I sleep. It's not safe to be alone. Well, I went and figured something out, didn't I? I'd be worm chow otherwise. Used to think it was dumb to let strangers in. Figured I was safer on my own. Then that varmint showed up. Ain't never seen a beast like it. Ooh, how did you survive it there if you were all actually, you saw the pale. I want to get both these answers. You saw the pale visitor too, but we'll go with how did you survive out there if you were alone? That's a mighty long story. Ain't in the mood to tell it today. Bring me a beer tomorrow and I'll tell you the whole darn thing. Let's see. Oh, okay. We already talked to him, so he doesn't want to talk to us, huh? Okay. Come on, baby, don't pout. Why were you guys out on the street? Yeah, let's talk to these folks. I think I'm definitely going to test them. But we were on the way to visit my darling wife's mother. I realized that we weren't all going to make it on our own, and well, we stumbled on your place. Thanks for letting us in, by the way. Okay, I'm going to test them. Oh, of course. Just please don't trouble my darling wife. She's exhausted. Let's do hands. Yep-a-doodle. My wife and I keep clean hands, don't we? This don't look very clean. being honest. Honestly, even at times like this are mighty weird, you might not take care of yourself. What if we get sick? Maybe that's why the visitors are what they are. They don't get sick like us. Alright. Come on. Let's get out. I don't trust you. Won't help you either, my fine good. That won't help me, but won't help you, my fine good fella. So what's with the gun? Hear them out. Times are tough. People are cracking under the pressure. Yeah, those hands did not look clean. If you don't get your hands, if you don't get stuck, get your hands dirty, you won't last. I didn't read that right. Alright, I'm gonna test their teeth. Okay. Oh, yeah. Those were perfect white teeth. And where are those bullies now? Probably rotting in some alley, beaten to death by the same kind of monsters they once were. I don't trust these people. Alright. Come on. You get out. I don't trust him. I'm gonna do it. I feel bad. I'm not even gonna open my eyes. Easy there, big fella. You really wouldn't want to shoot a poor defenseless woman now, would you? Well, I just got an achievement. Misidentify a visitor. Hey, they were human. They were human after all. Oh, okay. Oh, that was brutal. Now this game makes you make tough calls and sometimes you're wrong. Those fingernails look so dirty to me and those teeth look so clean. I'm gonna drink the coffee, test this guy. Oh! That permanently increased it, but we're out. I'm still out of energy for the day. That's smart to call, but I'm gonna call them. Let's call the 4 rest people again and get some more. Let me try the energy drink this time. You've reached 4 rest food delivery. You already have a assistant. Okay. So I'll have to call tomorrow. See what my neighbor's up to. I just feel awkward after having shot someone. Calling. Hey neighbor. I went out there. I saw this teenager got killed. I guess the streets weren't that dangerous. Guess I was wrong. Or I thought that the streets weren't that dangerous. My daughter talked me into going out to play again. Didn't seem too bad until I saw the bodies. It's the last time I risk her life like that. I'll never forgive myself if something bad happens to her. She's my whole world. Is your daughter okay? I don't know. All these weeds, I hope she didn't notice. We're back home, but she said she saw a face in the grass. Trying to convince her that it was in her imagination, but she's not really biting. Aww. So who do you think killed them? It was that pale, tall thing. I thought it only killed people who stayed inside. I thought I had it under control. Figured if we ever saw that silhouette, we'd head straight back home. But I didn't think about what else she might see. Be careful out there. closet person? How are you? Oh, we'll continue on with that story. I don't know if there's any trigger warnings or anything here, but this seems like it could get nasty, so if you want to skip this section, I understand. What happened next? After the man sat me down in my cave, some huge guy came out from around the corner and blocked the exit. He started talking loud with the guy who grabbed me before. They're acting like I wasn't even there, and then they started to touch me. First my arms, then my shoulders, and in the background I heard cheers and laughter that seemed to come from my room. It sounded like there was a whole crowd of men in there. I couldn't breathe and my heart felt like it was about to explode out of my chest. I wanted to scream for help, but my voice was lost in the sea, in a sea of panic. I couldn't even make a sound. Oh, I wasn't there. Just froze there, useless like a deer in a headlight. But when the big guy went to the fridge to grab something, I realized that was my chance. I started for the exit, and it was like fear gave me strength. I just ran and ran and ran and ran and never looked back. I did until my legs collapsed. So why didn't you burn up in the sun? I don't remember. I must have spent the whole night lying on the ground, and then... That's odd. I could have sworn I remember everything. I could have sworn I remember everything that happened. Hang on, you don't think I might be a visitor? No, that cannot be true. I remember my whole life, my childhood, my mom and dad. No, I'm not a visitor, right? Tell me I'm not a visitor. I don't know. Why would you say that? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I need to lie down, my stomach's hurting again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Still kind of shocked I killed those two people. Oh, I get it now. I get why my fiancé said humans are trash bags. They turned into trash bags. But yeah, no, this goes a long way to show about what I was talking about with disability and why it can be hard to survive in situations like this. Because who's to say that wife could have had anemia or an autoimmune disorder that hurt energy levels, and I killed them just because she just wasn't up for talking, and I've certainly been there. What would happen to me if somebody decided that I needed to go just because I wasn't talking, or I limped funny, or I was hunched over at an awkward angle? Because I can be at times, like, you know, I have to sit up and for these recordings for me, and it can feel a bit unnatural at times. The range of human actions and the way we react to stuff and the way our bodies work is so variable. I can see why everyone's terrified of these visitors. Like, I've already made a mistake, and I'm kind of horrified to make another one. Ooh. There's a small group of female employees standing by your neighbor's house. I wonder what they're talking about. Are they taking soil samples? Or looking to set up a base? There's someone really pounding on my door back there, but I want to look at the... Oh, they're looking at the teenagers' bodies. Charred husks of teenagers. Wait, okay, so that just confirms what we heard on the radio the first day. The sun is powerful enough to burn humans to literally charred remains. How are wood houses like this not catching on fire? Like, screw the visitors, this is an environmental catastrophe. I'm sure there's just... And why... How do I still have power? I feel like the power grid would literally be melting down. The cables, like the power lines, transmission lines, couldn't handle this kind of heat. They'd be literally melting. It does look like they've been there all day. Yeah, I confirmed it. Female employees are sitting next to the bodies, writing something down. It's a good thing they showed up to take away the corpses. You hate to think what diseases could spread if decaying flesh is left to rot out there. Alright, if you see me messing with my headphones just now, I actually recently, and by recently I literally mean yesterday, had surgery on the back of my skull and have to be very careful where I place things, or it really hurts. But yeah, we're going to continue playing this because I've been really enjoying this game. So we remember to sit up straight and act human. You see a group of armed soldiers through the window. Apparently it's a small squad sent from the city to provide security for female employees. You hear fragments of information about a pale man with a bare torso. Maybe they want to track down that creepy visitor. I wonder who's at the door. Ugh! It's him. Meowdy. What do you want? Spacious home you got yourself here. I like it. I don't need anything from you. No, you don't. So, are you alone? No, I'm not alone. Aren't you a lucky day? I can hear someone whispering inside. But who knows where they'll be in a few days. Man, that guy's creepy. Like, downright creepy. Howdy. Y'all home? Who are you? Me and my brood used to live here just down a couple blocks from here. Them yellow fellas kicked us out of our building but never took us nowhere. No shelter, no help. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Or where are we supposed to go? Where are we supposed to do? Folks ran every which way after that. I came here just trying to survive. Why'd they evict you? Said our building took a mighty solar hit or some wackadoo stuff like that. Y'all fellas rushed in, threw folks out in their heinies and grabbed a few of them up too. Told the others to get like nothing happened. Yeah, but you got a whole brood. I don't have resources for that. I'm sorry. Fine, just fine. Don't go opening your already yellow fact. Matter of fact, don't open it at all. Ha ha ha. I'll bring my brood here. Big Mama will make sure you don't die alone. Ha 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 ha. Oh my god, they're something even worse than visitors. Humans being really creepy. So we meet again. I remember things were a bit different last time we crossed paths, yet we remain alive. It's a strange thing. I don't know how to explain it. I like to start our conversation with a divination. Tell my fortune by choosing a page in this book. Where should I open it to? Open it at the end. It was a long time ago. Perhaps it was a dream. Maybe you, I, and the fish only exist in the memory of a person who is long gone themselves. Maybe no one really exists, and it's only raining outside. Feels like things might truly fade away so very, very soon. What do you think? Do we inhabit the dream of another, or are we the one who dreams? It's an interesting line. What does it mean? You really need to think carefully about this. Do you have any insights you could offer? Anyways, I only came here to tell you something. Events will soon begin to unfold. You need to be ready. It may sound strange, but the cat must enter. Ah, so we are getting a cat! Yes! I love getting kitties. Sorry about shooting them, but I'm glad I got their cat food. I cannot explain it yet, but I am certain it will help you. You can choose what you do with this course of information. As for me, I think I will go have a ponder on the deeper meaning of your divination. I wonder if we know that guy from like our old army days or something. And that's it for the day. Army guys are still out there. Teenagers are still corpseified. Alright, I guess we'll call it a day and go to bed. I'm kind of glad I didn't open that door for that one human. If there's anything scarier than visitors, it's regular, normal humans that are just really, really, really angry. Good afternoon. Here's the news. FEMA has taken new measures to address the ongoing visitor invasion. As of now, they have organized quarantine zones to detain potentially dangerous suspects. FEMA has also identified a new visitor sign after experimenting with those who have been detained. Blood red eyes. Oh yeah, you can see the red, like, area around the pupil is red. Okay. According to reports, FEMA discovered the sign after observing detained visitors. Young creatures have increased photosensitivity, causing their eyes to become red and inflamed. That's all for now. Stay calm and don't leave the house during the day. Up next, a report on FEMA. First, a word from our sponsors. Once upon a time... Oh, it's a beer we buy. Oh, it's a little beaver on the can. That's cute. Anyways, just watch the ad real quick. Best-selling beer. Bober Cerny beer. Drink the good stuff and drink a lot. I like it. Down to the point. Now available for rest. Everybody's still kicking. Is that something? Yes. Is this something you wanted? Is everything okay? Why do you ask? I smell something on you. Well, I drank some of your beer. I wasn't feeling so well, so I decided to self-medicate with a cold one. There's nothing wrong with that. You could have asked. I would have gave you one. It's all just one big fucked up mess. Sorry, I wasn't planning on cursing. I apologize for that. Everyone says they're figuring things out, solving problems. It's all crap. Nothing ever changes. You know what, good man? I think we might just all die soon. The sun doesn't kill us. So I mean, like, all the houses would end up burning down in the sea. The visitors will. And if the sun doesn't kill us, the visitors will. If we beat the visitors, we'll sure as hell have to bury ourselves alive. When a problem is solved, it creates a void, and then we just create another one just of our own just to fill it. Life, like an endless morbid fascination with collectively crapping our own pants. Damn. Go away. I feel sick. You okay? Looks like this conversation is over. Alright. The radio. Welcome, it's time for the program I Want to Believe. Program where we uncover government mysteries. Today we'll be discussing the truth about the visitors with special guest, Doctor of Science and a respected employee of... Wait, he's not coming? How did they steal all of his documents? There was mountains of information in there. Dang, if I knew we wouldn't be allowed to reveal the truth. Mother... Well, I can test people. Where's your kid? It's so stuffy in here. Didn't you have a kid around here? Huh? He's probably around here. He just wandered off somewhere. I need to know where my other kids went. Do you have a phone I could call their father? That way I don't have to see his ugly mug again. Let's test the eyes. That looks fairly normal. These huge bags that'll sleep. What sleep deprivation does to you. Alright, let's test him. Stay sharp. Any one of us could be the visitor. Yep, and we're checking all the eyes. You know, kid, my eyes used to be sharp as a pin. A life like mine, they'll drain the color from any fella's eyes. Well, they're not red. But I'll tear them apart. But I'll get them, every last one of them, tear them apart with my own bare hands. Then maybe we can all live in peace. Good job, bud. You survived. I hope this all ends soon. I need to test you. What do you want to check? Eyes. You want to check my eyes? I guess you'll see. What if it has one of the signs? Ooh, those are green eyes, but it's just, I don't know. But the red part, I mean, it could just be from the lack of sleep. She's a traumatized human being. I don't want to mess with it. Well, no surprises about that. Leave her alone. I want to test you. What do your hands look like? You want to check my fingernails? That's weird, but take a look. Oh man, she's probably a visitor. Oh man. I wonder why she hasn't hurt anybody. There's dirt on them? No way, I don't remember digging the dirt at all. I'll leave her alone. I can't tell. That's probably a bad call, but you know, I could call FEMA. If she's not a visitor, she'll probably have a better chance of surviving if I call them. Hello, this is the Federal Emergency Management Agency Medical Division. We are now able to provide consultation services regarding official visitor screening procedures. Please state your question. What should I know about the eye sign? For accurate screening, please avoid coffee and or caffeine-containing beverages. Caffeine is known to cause insomnia and nervousness. It can lead to bloodshot or reddened eyes. Please state your question. What should I know about the nail sign? To ensure proper reading of your visitor status, please refrain from washing hands before examination. Water may remove surface residue, which can lead to errors or false results. Thank you, that's everything. I kind of want to save my game, and I don't want to kill the traumatized person who's been hiding in my closet for days. Let's see how the neighbor's holding up. I'm actively pacing around. Like, that's the thing. I was just thinking about the couple we killed and how I probably misjudged autoimmune disorder, and I don't want to use someone's trauma and lack of sleep against them. This game does a really good job of showing like the range of human behavior. Hi neighbor, thanks for calling. Honestly, I'm shaken up by all this. The murders, the FEMA, the soldiers. They even showed up at my door last night asking about people who stayed here, scribbled something on a tablet, and then one of them took someone out of my house. Where did they take them? How if I know? They said it was for tests. Thought all these soldiers and government officials would fix things. Should know better than think they'd help us or get us to a safe place. Where'd they take your tenant? Hell if I know, they said it was for tests. Okay, we saw that one. What is FEMA? I don't know. Nobody really knows much about them. They came out of nowhere acting like they got everything under control. But how do you even spot the signs when they're all just normal human traits? Feels like they're not telling us the whole truth. Good thing they didn't take your daughter. No way in hell am I letting that happen over my dead body. This bastard so much as laid a finger on her, I'd tear them apart. Take care, man. Good luck. Never thought we'd end up living through interesting times. Son, the visitors, now FEMA. So many questions and not a damn single answer. Neighbor, I need to ask something of you. Something happens to me, promise me you'll look after my daughter. I promise. Thank you, neighbor. I knew I could count on you. Anyways, I gotta go. Stay strong. Let's see if I can... And, like, that's the thing. There's just so much going on. And he's right. Even I was just talking about how it's normal human traits. Alright. We can't order another thing yet. Did I ever talk to this guy? I don't know if I did. So what's your story? Yes, I'll give you a beer. You actually asked for my beer, unlike that other guy. Gave away one beer. That'll do, kid. See, he's polite. He's human and polite. Like I said, I was holed up in a cabin, keeping to myself. One day this fella's gone and showed up all desperate. Starts banging on the door, begging to let me in. But I ain't gone cuckoo just yet. He was pale and shaken up like he'd seen death itself. No clue how he got that deep into the woods. Didn't look like no hiker I'd seen him before, so I told him to beat it. He tried to break a window, but I told him I had a rifle, and that sent the varmint running. Figured that'd be the last I saw of him. Maybe you should have helped him. Bringing whatever was chasing him straight to my door? No siree, I had enough problems of my own. Let me guess, you'll open up if there's another beer involved. You're sharp, I'll give you that, kid. I don't speak unless it matters. Bring me a beer tomorrow and I'll tell you how it ends. This guy's conning my beer out of me, but that's alright. What is FEMA and why was it formed? The Federal Emergency Management Agency is a special government service that was formed to ease the emerging crisis. They're helping to address the many problems caused by the visitors' invasion. It is not known for sure what they are exactly working on, but we can say that our fate is in reliable. We can say with confidence that our fate is in reliable hands. The agency is made up of experts in various fields, including many distinguished scientists and noted researchers. If a FEMA employee appears at your doorstep, we recommend to cooperate with them and follow their instructions. Remember, help us help you, support FEMA, and join the fight against the visitors. Alright, I think we'll see what tonight brings us. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed the video. We have a long night ahead of us, but that'll have to wait for part 2. It's coming soon. I already recorded it, so be on the lookout for that. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.